it is a good paraphrase. That is the right answer. Okay, because you can see they have not copied or cut paste the important word. They have completely rephrased it. So that's a good example for good paraphrasing. Okay, and the third one is verbatim or direct plagiarism, or we also called as control C plagiarism. Right? I told you, right? You can see it here. This is the original source in the on the right side, and you can see these islands were the home of millions of happy birds. Can you see? These islands were the home of millions of happy birds, the resort of 100 times. So they have just cut from the actual source and then they have copied it. Okay, so this is an example which I can give it for the verbatim plagiarism. You can see in this also innumerable creatures predestined from the creation. You can see here from the original source on the right side, innumerable creatures predestined from the creation of the world. So this is an example for verbatim plagiarism. And mosaic plagiarism, I said, it is combining from various sources without the proper citation. Okay, so again, this is the original source, and the one which is in red is again copied from the original source, but the source credit was not given. So that is an example for mosaic plagiarism. Okay, you can see it here. Another example for mosaic plagiarism. And this is the example for self plagiarism, which means that you quote your own the previous work, okay, which we call it as a self plagiarism. There are some beautiful examples in net which you can go and learn about it. Okay, because plagiarism is a very crucial aspect in doing a research. And this is an accidental plagiarism, which means this is an unintentional plagiarism. As I was already saying, you see an example, original text: the rise of social media has revolutionized the way people communicate with each other. This looks a very simple statement, correct? This looks like an original text, but the same kind of a statement might have been given by any other people in the past. So we have to go in search of these kind of opinion, and if someone has given it, we have to give the due credit to them, else it becomes an accidental plagiarism. Okay, and this is called aggregator plagiarism, which means that there is a proper citation, but there is nothing of novel in nature, which means that your originality is not there in this. This is just a compilation of it. Okay, this is the source on the left side, and this is a plagiarized one, which means that they are just copying the same thing on the right side. Of course, they are giving the citation, no doubt about it, but what is that they are trying to say, that is missing. Okay, that is actually missing. What is their contribution to that paper? What is their novelty? What is their opinion? What is that they are trying to come up with a conclusion? That is actually missing, which is actually called as a aggregator plagiarism. And the next one is find and replace. You can see here on the left side there is a source, and the right side there is a plagiarism. Cases of a novel coronavirus were first reported in Wuhan, Hubei, and instead of a novel, they are replacing with a new. You can see it here. Epidemiological studies have indicated human to human transmission. Instead of studies, they are replacing the word research. This is what I said, control F and control R. Find and replace plagiarism. Okay, this is again a very worst kind of a plagiarism, which many of us intentionally or unintentionally we do it. Okay, we think if we replace the keywords, then that becomes our work. No, it is not so. Okay, so this is the example for find and replace plagiarism. And finally, mashup plagiarism, which means that when the document is having more sources, okay, and everything is mixed without proper citation, then that is called mashup plagiarism. Okay, we know this mashup concept, right? So that's called mashup plagiarism. And why do we do all this plagiarism, fabrication, falsification? What may be the reason? Very simple. Every one of us know, as a researcher or as a teaching faculty, our research is linked with our career benefits. Okay, and we are forced to publish because now they say publish or perish, right? So for our increment, our promotion, everything is interconnected with the research activities. Okay, and we have to fill our CV, okay, with so many journals and articles and stuffs like that. Okay, and the journals wanted to boost themselves, okay, and they wanted to come up with better impact factor, okay, and the curious to have name and fame, okay, and we want to get some funding sources, so we want to show more research activities, okay. So there are various reasons for research misconduct, okay, but that's not going to help us in any way. We have to have more qualitative than quantitative, okay. Now, how to avoid plagiarism? Everyone know that there are plenty of plagiarism checkers today, okay, which can tell us whether the document whatever that we have written has plagiarism or not. There are some of the plagiarisms which I have given it a list of plagiarism checkers. We have this Turnitin, Authenticate, Drillbit, Urkun. These are some of the softwares which are used in university level to check the plagiarism of research thesis. Okay. I think now University of Madras uses software called Drillbit. Earlier, I think it was using Urkund. Okay. And Authenticate is mostly used in medical sciences. Okay. I know there are some of the medical universities which use Authenticate. Okay. And we have Grammarly, Drillbit, and there are plenty of plagiarism checkers today. Okay. Now, what is the consequence of the plagiarism? There are 4 levels. The first level is level 0. That is, if your research article of or if your research thesis has plagiarism which is less than 10 percentage, okay, they call it as similarities, okay, then there is no penalty. It is absolutely fine. It is fantastic. Your work is too good in the sense that you can go ahead with publishing. You can go ahead with your research thesis submission. Okay, that is accepted. And the second level is level 1. That is, if the similarity or if the plagiarism is between 10 to 40 percentage, then you are asked to resubmit it. The revised script must be submitted not exceeding the 6 months. Okay. Level 2, that is, if your plagiarism is between 40 to 60 percentage, then you are debarred from submitting for a period of 1 year. You are eligible to submit after 1 year. And the final one is level 3, that is, if your plagiarism is more than 60 percentage, then there is a chance that your PhD registration may be cancelled and you will be facing various legal issues. You may be your PhD registrations may be cancelled and you may not be in a position to continue your PhD in any of the university. Okay, these are some of the serious consequences of plagiarism. And I also wanted to say, as per the section 57 and 63 of Indian Copyright Act 1957, plagiarism is considered as a criminal offense. And it may also lead to imprisonment, which may range between 6 months to 3 years. Not just the monetary fine, but also you may have to go through the imprisonment. Okay. And the monetary terms of fine will range between 50,000 to 2 lakh rupees, or both imprisonment and fine is possible. That is a serious consequence of the plagiarism. Section 63A of the same act stipulates enhanced penalty when you do it for the second and subsequent convictions. Okay, the students may be expelled. The research supervisor also may be, they may not be given a chance to continue as a research supervisor. Okay, so ideally, if your plagiarism is less than 10 percentage, it's better, or maximum of 10 to 20 percentage is better, but anything more than 20 percentage is not preferable. And every university has a different plagiarism level. I guess in University of Madras, it's up to 20 or 25 percentage. Okay, it differs from university to university. Okay, so the basic consequences may be, the scholar may be suspended or expelled, and it may have legal problems. It may have monetary repercussions. Okay, and if you are doing a research which is a funded activity, then you may have to repay the research funds that you have, or the grants that you have got from the funding institutions. Okay, now what are some of the tips to avoid plagiarism? Very simple. Do it on your own and don't procrastinate. That's the first thing which I would say. Second thing is that get the assistance from various stakeholders. There is definitely, that's not going to be, you're not going to be you're not going to be belittled because you get assistance. See, as a research scholar, okay, it is our duty to get assisted by various people, including your guide, by the librarians, excuse me, and by the research experts like your doctoral committee members and any other senior professors who have much knowledge on the the research area. Okay, and please commit of doing your work. When you are doing a research activity, please intimate your progress to the research supervisor. Okay, if you don't understand what to do, please communicate that with your professor and get the guidance. Okay, that's why they call guide and supervisor. Their mentor, they will guide you. Okay, and the next one is be 100% scrupulous in your note taking. And again, this is missing with many research scholars today because they think they can take everything in mobile, the notes. Okay, taking notes is very important. Whenever you come across some research articles, okay, make sure that you take the notes of it and take the source from where you do it. Okay, and please learn English language for a better paraphrasing. Don't say that, sir, I don't I'm not that good in English. Never ever say it. Okay, because you are going to become a teacher anywhere after the research work is over. You may be going to the academics. Okay, so if a candidate says that I'm not good at English, I strongly advise the people should learn English, at least at this point of time, because we have studied English as a subject for 12 years, and the first year of our undergraduate may, we might have definitely studied English. Okay, so it's better to learn English than to outsource it, because many a times I know that statistics is outsourced with statisticians, English is outsourced to the English department people. Then what is your contribution? Okay, so I strongly advise get the assistance from the English department people, from the English experts, how to write on it. You write a paragraph, you can approach the English department and you can ask them for correction. Okay, you can ask them for correction rather than asking them to write. You can write and get it corrected from people who are good at English. Okay, so these are some of the tips you can avoid plagiarism. Okay, and today we have this AI, artificial intelligence. So you just key or prompt whatever that you want and you get immediately. That is one of the worst, I would say. So have your own genuine thing. And I will conclude with this. These are the basic traits that a researcher should develop. Number one, academic ability, which I was referring to competence. I hope you remember there was one research principle called competence. Okay, so ability to learn few skills and be accountable. Okay, persistence and perseverance, that's more important for any research scholar, I would say. And a better communication skill and time management, because whenever you do something, have the timeline. What is the timeline within which I have to complete? That's more important. Okay, and curiosity to learn new skills, maybe it's the statistical skill or maybe the methodological skill, whatever it is, and have passion and hard work and motivation. Okay, so these are few things or few traits or few characteristics which the researchers have to develop for a better research work. Not these are not just for the research scholars, but also for the people who are into the teaching. Okay, this is also equally applicable for teachers like us who are who are guiding the candidates. Okay, so these are some of the things which I wanted to touch upon the plagiarism. I'll just recap. We saw about what is research ethics. We saw about research and publication ethics, research publication and research misconducts. We saw about FFP, that is fabrication, falsification, plagiarism, and we saw the different types of plagiarism today. I have given with, I have explained it with examples, and why do we do all this misconduct, and what are the traits that needs to be developed, and what are the tips to avoid plagiarism, and how do we avoid plagiarism using the plagiarism checkers. Okay, so these are few things which I thought that I can speak about research and publication ethics today. And I'm stopping to share my presentation here, and probably we'll meet uh, 2 weeks later on a different topic, and from where the actual research path will start. Okay, so that's it from my end. In case any questions, I'm ready to take, and if I do not know the question, probably I may answer at the next session. So I'm ready for the questions. I'm done from my end. Thank you so much.
Participant, if any questions, you can unmute and ask the research person, please.
Thank you, sir, for touching the types of plagiarism. It was indeed, I should say, I never imagined that there are so many types of plagiarism.
Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. If there is no question, probably 1 minute. There is one in chat box, I guess.
It said thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, fine. All right. So probably in the next session, we may come up with some basic terminologies that we need to understand in research, probably like terminologies like what is dependent variable, what is independent variable, what is a model, what is a theory, and stuffs like that. And we may have one of a great resource person, Dr. Haridayal Sharma, along with Nagalata ma'am, Dr. Nagalata, who may be handling the next session. And I conclude my session for today. Thank you so much for the opportunity given. Thank you, Shanti ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, can I proceed with the vote of thanks?
Yes.
Good day, all. It's my pleasure to propose the vote of thanks. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. At the outset, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to the University of Madras, Department of Commerce, Madras University Commerce Alumni Association, and Sri Shankarlal Sundarbai Shasan Jain College for Women. A heartfelt thanks to the Speaker of the Day, Dr.A.G.VIJAYANARAYANAN, sir, for spending your time in providing valuable insights about research and publication ethics. We also extend our gratitude to our program directors, Dr. R. Shanti Ma'am, Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, University of Madras, and Dr. B. Kalevani Ma'am, former Principal, Chelamal Women's College. We would also like to thank our beloved Principal Ma'am, Dr. S. Padmavati, and our beloved Vice Principal Ma'am, Dr. S. Rukmani, for their constant support and guidance. A special thanks to our organizing committee, Dr. C.K. Deepa Ma'am, Associate Professor and Head, PG and Research Department of Commerce, Sri Shankarlal Sundarbai Shasun Jain College for Women, and Ms. Preeti Rose, Full-Time Research Scholar, Department of Commerce, University of Madras. I also thank the participants for their active participation. Once again, thank you all. I request all to please fill the feedback form.
Participant, you have posted a feedback form in the chat box. Kindly fill your feedback form so that you'll receive your e-certificate by this week. Thank you for your wonderful participation. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.